Hi, and welcome to ClassCube. Today we're going to take a look at how you, as a teacher, would add a ClassCube assignment to your Canvas page. So let's head over to Canvas and log in with our teacher account. We're then going to select the course where we want the assignment and click on the Assignments tab. Since this is a demo, there's nothing here yet. And a quick pause for just a second. For this to work, you or a site administrator will have needed to set up ClassCube as an external tool. It's something that only has to be done once, so we're not going to cover it here, but we do have instructions on our site at classcube.com/documentation if you're not set up yet. We're going to create a new assignment, just like you would any other, and give it a name that your students will see inside Canvas. We're then going to scroll down to the submission type field. This is likely set to whatever the last submission type you used was. In our case, we want to use external tool because that's what ClassCube is. When you select external tool, it'll change to a box where you can type in a URL for that tool, but we don't want to have to type in a URL. We're going to do this the easy way. So click on the Find button. And you might have to scroll depending on how many external tools you have installed for your class. We're looking for the ClassCube link. Go ahead and click that. And this will bring up a form that starts with a search tab. Under the search tabs are any assignments that you've already created inside ClassCube, but it's likely that you don't have anything here yet because if it's your first time to use ClassCube and Canvas together. Once you've created assignments, they'll show up here, and if you click on the Select button, that will let you reuse an assignment. Since we're creating a new assignment, though, let's click on the Add Assignment tab. This is where we're going to create the new one. You can call the assignment anything. You can call your assignment anything you want. This is an internal name. This isn't going to show up in Canvas for your students. Second field is the name of the problem. This should be a list of any problems that you have access to. These could be ones you've created. These could be ones that people in your cohort have created. These could be ones that we created and you're using. And if you're not sure that this is the right one for you, you can click on this small eyeball icon over on the right side. And if you click that, it'll bring up a preview of the question. You can look and sure enough, that's the question we want. If you're not, submission type lets you select whether you want your students to enter the code directly online or upload files. And we're going to go with the online editor here. If you'd like to have an open and close date for the assignment, you can enter it here, or you can leave them blank if you'd rather. Canvas also has open, close, and due dates that'll also work, and it'll probably be a better choice. That way it shows up in your student's calendar on Canvas. So we're going to leave them blank here. And you have the option as to whether you want to show your students the results. The example array sum problem we're using has a total of 4 test cases. If a student submits code that passes one of those 4 test cases, and you've opted to show results, it'll show them the 3 test cases that failed. If you don't show results, all that it'll show is that they passed 1 of 4. And now we're going to click on Create Assignment. This will send a small bit of information back to our server, which will then send a unique URL back to Canvas. We're going to want to click that blue Select button, and that will carry it back into Canvas. And now you can scroll down and set due dates and assignments just like you would anything else in Canvas. And when you're ready, we're going to do Save or Save and Publish. We're going to do Save and Publish so we can see it. And this will save the assignment in Canvas and then take us to it so that we can see the assignment. Since we opted for the online editor, the editor is on the left side and the problem's on the right. You also have a small menu on the top right corner of the problem. If you click that, there's a student submissions option. This lets you see any submissions that your students have made on this problem. Since we just created this problem, there's nothing here yet, but this list will show all of your students that have made submissions, and you can view every submission that they make to see their progression. And then let's also take a look at the gradebook inside Canvas. When we created the assignment, Canvas created a gradebook entry for it. Every time a student submits code, our servers run that code and then send a grade back to Canvas. That grade will be put automatically into your Canvas gradebook so that you don't have to manually do it. And that's it. Admittedly, there are several steps to follow, and the first time for anything is confusing, but once you've set up a couple of assignments, it comes fairly naturally. One of our goals when writing ClassCube was to keep it out of your way as much as possible so that you can spend your time helping students instead of working with tools. If you'd like to know more, our website is classcube.com. If you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, there should be a link in the video notes that you can follow. If you're watching it on our site, you're already there. Look for a help link on the top of the page. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and get in touch.